Welcome back, friends, to another gaming news video here on the channel. Today we got a few different things to talk about, actually a lot of different things to talk about. We're talking about the Xbox mini fridge, talking about the GTA Trilogy Remastered, Sony threatening to sue Dbrand, Kingdom Hearts on Switch, and Elden Ring information and news as well. Lots to cover, so if you guys are new to the channel, if you do enjoy this video, leave it a like. It definitely helps the channel out a whole lot. Subscribe for more gaming content. We talk about the games and play the games here on the channel. And if you don't like the video, that's fine too. You could either dislike it or do nothing. That said, Xbox mini fridge, let's go ahead and talk about that. So it's going to be retailing for $99.99 USD, so basically $100 USD. It's going to be sold at various locations, including Target, and it actually has a USB that functions on the front, which is very interesting, to say the very least, that they actually have a functioning USB built into this thing, and it can hold about 12 cans, they're saying. So it's a pretty interesting thing. It looks really cool, in my opinion. I think it looks pretty nice. And it's just a really interesting situation because obviously when the Xbox Series X was announced, it got memed like crazy where, you know, people were photoshopping it to be a fridge, and then they made a couple actual life-sized fridges out of it, and now they're coming out with the actual mini fridge variation of it. So it's just really cool to see a company just embrace the memes and just go straight for it and make a whole product out of it, essentially, right? It's pretty phenomenal to see, and you love to see it. Moving on from that, we have the GTA Trilogy Remaster, the definitive edition, if you will. And there was actually a little bit of a description posted regarding the game. We get a little bit of information regarding what has changed, what you know, some of the details, some of the differences in these games. So I'll throw it up on screen. You guys can see just 3 iconic cities, right? It goes on to give you the basis of the definition, right? Updated for new generation and all that. And then it says across-board enhancements, including brilliant new lighting, environmental upgrades, high-resolution textures, increased draw distances, Grand Theft Auto 5 style controls and targeting, excuse me. So that's pretty interesting, and much more, bringing these beloved worlds to life with all new levels of detail. So very interesting stuff, to say the very least. It also goes on to say basically that by purchasing Grand Theft Auto the Trilogy, the definitive edition from store.rockstars.game, or the Rockstar Games launcher by January 5th, you'll receive a $10 discount on your next purchase through the Rockstar Games launcher or web stores and all that good stuff. So pretty interesting stuff. We got, like I said, it's just a little bit of details regarding, you know, what changes they actually made to this thing, because we didn't know a whole lot, but now we have a little bit more details, which is really nice to see. Like I said, GTA 5 style controls and targeting, that's going to be nice in and of itself. And it's just, yeah, it's cool to see a little bit extra information. Moving on from that, we got Dbrand. Now, Dbrand makes basically custom stuff for, you know, gaming, right? Skins and different things like that. And they made some plates. They had some PS5 plates they were selling and making, and they posted this huge thing on Reddit. But essentially, some of it's kind of like, you know, sarcasm. Obviously, some of this is kind of like tongue in cheek, if you will. Well, I'll throw it up on screen, you guys can see. And basically, they're kind of saying that they were served with a cease and desist from lawyers representing Sony Interactive Entertainment, and I guess some of it has to do with like the actual details on the inside of these things, which I'll show you guys in a second. But they're kind of tongue-in-cheek saying consideration that Sony might send to Netflix a C&D over Squid Game, because Squid Game uses the triangle, square, and circle, and apparently that's part of the problem with the Sony has with these Dbrand plates. And then there's a bunch of other stuff there as well. And they actually go into some pretty lengthy details over on the actual Reddit post, which is pretty crazy. If you do go to the Dark Plates page, it's completely gone. So hopefully you've been able to get these plates beforehand, because now they're not selling them, which is very interesting. So if I show you guys this part, obviously part of this is tongue in cheek with the Squid Game thing at the bottom corner there. But you can see that on the Dbrand plates, on the inside, they had some of their own kind of symbols, right? Which played off the triangle, square, circle, you know, and X like shapes, if you will. But the thing is these symbols are not PlayStation symbols, right? You got a Biohazard, for example. You got Skull and Bones for the X. You got a robot for the square. You know what I mean? Like, it just makes absolutely no sense. These shapes are not trademarked. And especially if you're changing them to that degree, it's definitely not trademarked. You cannot just say like, oh, you're using the shapes we use on our controller and whatever else, and kind of, that's a thing. It just doesn't make any sense. Again, that's why Dbrand had that tongue-in-cheek, comment about Squid Game. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting to see how that's going to unfold and whatnot. If there's going to be any other way around that. I mean, it's nice to see these third-party plates, but if Sony's just going to shut them down and it's like, and Sony's not even selling their own, then on top of that, if they do sell their own, what are they going to price it for? Are they going to be ridiculously expensive? Are they going to be fairly priced? We, of course, had the 3DS that I always mention that had the interchangeable plates on the smaller version. So, that was cool. I would love to see a lot of different variations, and, it is in Sony's, I guess, rights to shut down third party, but it'd be nice if they didn't, right? Because that allows for more possibilities of customization too, right? Or you're kind of left with customizing them yourself. And, if you know how, then great. If you don't, then not great. Moving on from that, we got a little bit of information regarding Kingdom Hearts. Now, this is actually regarding the Switch version, which normally I talk about on my Nintendo channel, which, by the way, we're going to be having some gameplay of Sora in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate over there. So be sure to tune into that over my Nintendo channel. But we cover a lot of Kingdom Hearts on this channel. I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. Whenever there's Kingdom Hearts content, I go hard on it. So I also wanted to kind of talk about this in this video. So basically, Nintendo Life was talking to some of the folks involved at Square Enix with porting over Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.8 over to the Switch, right? Which right now is a cloud variation. So I'll throw it up on the screen right now. You can see the response says, for some time, our director, Mr. Nomura, had expressed his desire to deliver the Kingdom Hearts series to Nintendo Switch players, him having seen and heard the demand, and so a great deal of consideration went into this eternally. Bringing these titles to Nintendo Switch proved to be quite difficult for various reasons, including the storage capacity of the hardware, but we're excited that we were able to make it happen for the first time ever by utilizing the cloud service. And then he went on to basically ask, obviously it's impossible for, maybe the whole franchise, the whole series, like Kingdom Hearts 3, for example, to run on smoothly on the Switch, but for 1.5 and 2.5 remix at least, right? Obviously maybe not 2.8, Birth by Sleep 0.2, right? Because that one is a pretty, it's similar to kind of Kingdom Hearts 3 graphically, but 1.5 plus 2.5 has, the older games. So regarding that, is there ever a way to kind of rework to run natively on a Switch later on down the road, or is this just sort of a stopgap? They basically said at this moment in time, the production of a native version is undecided. We believe that the cloud version is currently the best way to deliver the Kingdom Hearts series to Nintendo Switch players, but we are always excited to hear to feedback from our fans and want to thank them for all their support. So it's kind of interesting that they said it's undecided, because if they're going to go ahead and sell the cloud version, and then if they ever do come out with the native version, then it's like it would be kind of weird because you're selling it twice at the same time. I mean, technically, no, not really technically. Just forget that thought. I'm not even going to finish that thought. Well, the point is that it doesn't make a lot of sense to say they're undecided, because are they going to sell it twice? I guess if they do sell a native version, though, they can sell a physical version. So I guess in that sense, it kind of makes sense in that regard. I don't know. So take it as you will, but I thought that was interesting to note. And I don't know. I love Kingdom Hearts. I'll take Kingdom Hearts anywhere. I would love a physical version on the Switch to bring with me wherever I want to. That'd be cool, even if the graphics are dumbed down. Kingdom Hearts is Kingdom Hearts, man. And if you love Kingdom Hearts, you know what it's about. Moving on from that, we have one last thing to talk about, and that is Elden Ring. Elden Ring has been delayed, and it's been delayed till 2022. So this is what they said. I'll throw it up on the screen right now, the tweet. Elden Ring will be released on February 25th, one day before my birthday, month on the 26th, 2022, as the depth and strategic freedom of the game exceeded initial expectations. Definitely seen that one coming, because the game looks massive. Thank you for your trust and patience. We look forward to seeing you experience the game in the closed network test in November. So regarding the closed network test, we got some dates, which I'll throw up on screen as well. And the network test is a pre-verification test for the completion of the commercial version of the game. It's to improve the quality of the product, and playing the network test will be free. So you get to jump in, and there's going to be 5 different PlayStations, which are going to, or play sessions. I don't know, not PlayStations. Session 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? You can see November 12th, November 13th, another one on the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th. So within that short span, you can see the different different times, which are in CET. So you're gonna have to kind of translate that to whatever time zone you're in. You can just do a quick Google search and translate CET to your local time. And you'll find out exactly what time it's going to be available for you in your area. So that's pretty much it for the news today, my friends. That covers it all. I just wanted to kind of do another one of those kind of mesh, where we mesh a bunch of news into one, because none of these topics really warranted their own videos. So that's why sometimes you'll see the gaming news is a little bit slow, because I'm kind of waiting to talk about a few different things at once. That said, let me know how you do prefer to get your gaming news, and I'm always open to feedback and all that good stuff as well. Like I said, we talk about the games, play the games both here on the channel. Check out all the links down in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you guys next time. Till then, game on.